Good day, lords and ladies, and welcome back to Age of Fear 2, the Chaos Lords, me, Cornish-Knight. As always, this is a post-commentary audio, so let's go. We are going to check out some new stuff. I've been informed that the Artificer's Laboratory that you can see to the right of this is a rare drop, so we are in for a bit of luck. Very nice indeed. First off, let's check out and see who we can upgrade. Catsog in his lovely new apparel. I do like that look on him. It looks very, very smart. Let's see what skills he has. Enslave. Ooh, looks very nice. 10% fail rate. We can trap anything that isn't basically elemental or construct, undead or a hero unit or a demon. That's cool. Some nice skills. Parry is always a nice skill. And then you have some boosting morale of surrounding troops. Leadership, always very pleasant skill to have. War cry. I couldn't decide what to get. I went with Enslave because it seemed to be like an interesting ability to have, and I thought, well, if I can catch something that I normally don't get, like a knight or something, I could actually have a relatively interesting setup. I also just grabbed some basic morale because it wouldn't do for the warchief to break. Hurl, I went straight for the thing I wanted the most for him, which is chain lightning, because it's a really nice ability to have. Then I got in the war rune just to boost up his defensive stack, because he was a bit low on his defense. Now this is where I make a slight mistake, which is that they changed this. Basically, they've changed this since I last did it, which is that when you select, it basically asks if you want to approve doing a particular upgrade, and I didn't quite realise that. I thought, oh, he's going to become the chieftain and Catsog isn't, so that's why I didn't do it. Don't know why I thought that at the time, but we all have our mental kerfuffles. Anywho, yeah, so basically what I do is I go through checking out some stats. I decide that I'm not going to upgrade this particular troll because I want to get him up to the elite status, and he's almost there. But trolls get less XP, so it takes longer. I decide to get the greater war rune for these guys just because they can afford it and still get an upgrade, and it makes them very nice. Very, very nice indeed. Forget to heal him as well. That orc got a cracked skull in the last battle. I haven't healed him yet. Get him up to elite status. Greater war rune for everybody. Get him, get Taz up to elite, which is awesome. There's still some unspent XP. So we get, I believe I get the war rune. He actually has relatively low stats, which I was always surprised by, but I get the war rune. I consider getting the raw meat diet, but I want to basically boost both stats. And then I get the bloodlust one because it boosts his attack even more, so it makes him a bit more hitty. I could have waited for him to become a war ogre, but I wanted to get him up to elite status, so he's just more tanky. That's one of the benefits of going for like the elite ranks for your units, is that they get a lot more health and all their stats generally increase, which is really nice. Which is something I always tend to want to do. I always tend to want to have more stats and stuff bubbling about. Get these guys up to a good standard. Iron Mind. To be honest, if you're using Goblin Sappers or Assassins, you really need to give them Iron Mind. It's a really heavy thing that you need to do. Right, Shaman, nothing that I really want. I consider get meditation for him because it's something that they need. We do get it for him then. I thought I didn't, but it is something that like all shamans need to have, is meditation. Get that for him. I just do a general like upgrade of all my backline troops. Even though I don't use them, I want them to be of a good enough quality that if I have to use them, they can step up to the mark. I mean, at this stage of the game, having them like this isn't fantastic, but hey ho. Pardon me. Upgrade my sappers. I really need... The problem is I don't tend to use the infravision, like the night vision ability as much as I should do, which is a pain. The problem is you don't get as many night maps as you do of normal battles, so I just don't pick it up, and it always bites me. It comes around and bites me in the ass. And I should have known this was going to happen, because I was thinking, oh, I don't need to pick up this skill, it'll be fine. We'll get everybody leveled up and there'll be no problems. It's like, oh well, here you go, and it's like, ah, I should have done that differently. So we finished doing our general upgrades, have a nice look around the world map. In a secluded place from the common track lies an artificer's shop. The owner, a retired mage who has travelled many lands and dimensions, who are not a secret business only a handful of adventurers know its whereabouts. As the party files in, the adventurer's old sage eyes widen. Though he says nothing, he's probably seen some strange things already. So I didn't get around to finishing that. Right, we got the bloody axe, quest item. It's a very nice axe. Double damage, killing blow. Oh, there's a killing blow, slaying blow. Yeah, killing blow. It's a very nice weapon. Very nice weapon indeed. Though it does mean the fact that I was saving up to get dual wield for ages, it made it pretty much pointless. Because I won't use it, 'cause I'll be having this weapon. I must admit, I was a bit bitter that I couldn't get that combo of poisoned axe and swamp mace, or swamp axe. Vampire's Kiss is really nice, because that would basically, if I got that, it'd pretty much mean that every attack he did, he would be getting health back. But since he'd only get one attack unless he killed someone, it seems a bit pointless. I'd rather just stay with the whole combination that he has, because at least it means that if he kills someone with his axe, he's going to get another 2 damage hit, which is nice. There's some very nice armors here. I consider getting him either the dragon scale armor or the king's armor, which are really nice, but it would massively eat into my reserves of money. So I was considering it, weighing up my options. I should have probably got the dragon scale armor, to be honest, but I wanted to see what else they had first, in case there's some really nice things lying about in the miscellaneous section for my mage, because I do like the mages. I do like the magic in this game. You can make some really tooled out mages. And I just go back. I basically just try and figure out the actual tactic of using this would be that you'd want to have probably. A good combination would be you have like the moss axe or the swamp mace, which is like double damage plus you get disease. With the vampire dagger, it would be really powerful. The poison axe is okay; it's not as good, especially if they got poison resistance. I have the ear of viper anyway, so poison damage isn't an issue for me. Go through the items, ring of magic, nice little common magical item, which is always nice to boost stuff. Potions are the same. Now we go to magical items. Hell candle, very nice. I do like it. Even if it does turn your character evil, it's very useful. Sphere of magic. Now this is where reading descriptions of items comes in. You will notice that sphere of magic says used only by mages. I didn't notice that at the time. Pardon me. I didn't notice at the time, and it comes back to bite me in the ass, which is never a good thing. So, main thing we take from all of this: read the descriptions of your items carefully. I basically am considering, because I'm basically trying to figure out if I want to basically tool up my warchief or if I want to tool up my mage. Now, time assist is a nice little ability. Really nice if you know how to use it well. It doesn't come around that often. I haven't seen the hourglass that much, but it's a very it allows you to undo a lot of stuff. Look for the various items, and I decide that I'm going to go with the mage, and I'm just going to kit the mage out. Because Katzog is relatively tough already as he is. I mean, he hasn't got the world's best defense, but I can give some really nice items to my mage user and literally just turn him into a walking magical battery and just like blast his way across creation. Because he's already got a relatively nice juicy amount of magic as is, with a magical power of 16. But I sell the Ring of Speed, buy the Ring of Magic, which will take up to 19, or 17, I should say. Go to the miscellaneous section, I buy the Hell Candle, because it's really, really nice. But it does turn him evil, which is unfortunate. I also decide to get the Sphere of Magic, forgetting that only mages can use it, so that's a waste of a nice chunk of my cash. I consider getting the Swamp Beans berries, which are nice because they give like mind control resistance and plus defense against toxins, but I already have something that does most of that anyway. So I buy the Hell Candle and equip it. It means he goes evil, but hey ho. I get the Sphere. This is the thing, I try and figure, do I want to get the Sphere or do I want to get the Hourglass? Time Shift is a really nice spell, but the other one, this gives you a massive boost to mana, which is always nice to have. I go for the Sphere of Magic, which isn't my brightest moment because I completely ignore the fact that it can only be used by mages, so I can't equip it, which I'm very salty about. So I have to sell it, which means I lose a good chunk of my revenue. So I buy the Hourglass instead. I sell some of my other stuff. Well, I consider getting like some better magical like armor for him, but it's one of these issues. I was like toying with. I didn't really think about it at the time. Sell some of the basic stuff. You can't sell the magical shards, mana shards, which are the same. I thought you'd be able to. You can't. Don't know why you've got Vial of Blood popping up. So yeah, I go and get the magical Hourglass, which is not too bad. I mean, it boosts. I mean, I have now 19 total mana, which is pretty dang impressive. But even so, I'm trying to figure out what I want. I mean, extra XP is always nice, but just raw mana is nice. Consider getting the Archmage robes, but I like having the Iron Mind for my Iron Mind, having it for my hero, because it stops people from literally taking over my most powerful magic user and just kicking my head in with him. So I decide not to switch out the armor. It's one of these things. I mean, Iron Mind I find is such an important ability to have. It's so important. Make sure everybody has enough potions. I did like the potion of heroism and the elixir of swiftness. I thought that was a very good combination. Making sure everyone has the stuff they need put back on. It's interesting. I find that with say the sappers, when I was using, I also make sure that Taz has all his stuff added. I find it really interesting, which is that I assumed at this point that once the sappers died and came back, they came back with all their potions, which isn't the case. I didn't realise at the time because I hadn't checked the other one, but it's not the case, which is a bit of a pain. Even so, we should be able to handle ourselves pretty well against anything they throw against us. I decided at this point to check out like the
As the
I thought that was
days
like a
passed,
wisdom thing.
Katzok's warriors captured and enticed orcish females from many places, and Katzok's clan quickly grew. But Katzok was wary of his own warriors. If any wanted to take Bloody Axe from him now, now would be the time they tried. New chieftains did not last long, and defeating Razir in combat was easier than keeping his warriors loyal. Sensing his troubles, Hurl came to him.
Katzok, clan is doing well. We are many, and will be many more. We expand territory.
How Katzok do that?
He asked.
Humans east, humans west, swamp south, other clans north.
Hurl and other shamans have seen future in blood. Humans build new castle west. Katzok father take human fort, so Katzok must do bigger. Katzok must take human castle. Warriors will serve Katzok. Warriors will want follow crusher of humans.
Katzok stronger than Stuharg. Katzok have Bloody Axe to prove it. Katzok must take bigger human home than Stuharg.
Getting a bit arrogant. So we had to take a castle then, that's going to be interesting. So yeah, we get a bit of gold. And this sort of, we're just getting everything getting in order. We have a look at the wargs, it's very nice. The wargs have a really nice ability which allows you to like summon people, like summon other wolves. I realised at this point we can get some black orcs. I was a bit nervous about upgrading the warchief until I realised that you can make, it's basically just like a final check system. So I get another chieftain just to help keep morale up, plus the fact is the chieftains being more expensive tends to indicate that they're the slightly more elite group of to go for. Also, the battle rage makes me slightly cautious because I'm not a massive fan of battle rage. You can't, no, not battle rage, I mean berserker. I'm a bit of a hesitant with berserker because you can't choose who you attack, so your characters occasionally do the inoptimal builds, well, the inoptimal, I'm trying to think of the right word, inoptimal, no, anyway, they do the less than satisfactory option of attacking someone that you'd rather not attack. So I tend to go for unoptimal, yeah, there you go, unoptimal attack. So I tend to prefer to have units that I can control and direct in the way I see fit. Plus, these guys are absolutely beasts, really beasts. Just smash things to bits. I do get a couple of black orcs just for variety's sake. And then I realise that he needs to be cured as well, so I turn into a black orc only to realise he needs to have his head wound treated, which sucks, because it takes him out of the battle, which is the same. Ooh, multi-attack for them, that's nice. I suppose that's the benefit of having the black orcs, they have like multiple attacks. Just upgrading the orcs where I can. I get another chieftain just to boost my morale keeping and boost my general control of my troops. It's one of the things with the greenskins. It's because when I was playing the undead, you don't really have to think about it, but it was something that I realised in my previous battle with the traitorous orc, is that orc morale is relatively rubbish, especially if they start losing people. The only reason I've been winning so well is because I've been killing people without losing anyone. So it's one of these catch-22 scenarios where you have to basically boost your troops' morale one way or the other, otherwise they're really going to start losing people. I take another assassin because I suspect if we have to go into an orcish, or if we have to take a human castle, probably assassinating people will be easier. I say that, then I don't give them the stupid infravision, which is probably the thing that I should have really given them. But I always did have hindsight that was 20/20. I just have to try and play the best I can with what I've done to myself. I mean, I've got enough melee fighters that it shouldn't be a problem. They're all relatively high level, so we should be able to do relatively a nice amount of damage. If not, I'll just chain lightning people. They're humans, so a lot of them have metal armor.
In the past, humans had panicked when clans of orcs tried to take their land, for many human workers and soldiers would perish. But, oddly enough, the humans here seemed oblivious to the presence of Katzok's clan. Katzok had not seen many human clans bigger than villages before. Sometimes soldiers had a fort. There was even the time when the humans had a giant village inside the fort, but Katzok had never seen anything like this. The structure that Warlock Hurl called Wyvern Castle sat atop a mountain. It was only approachable by bridge, and had walls and towers unlike anything Katzok had ever seen. If Katzok had a fortress like this, he would truly be unreachable to his foes. A goblin assassin who had hidden near the castle entrance approached Katzok.
Katzok chieftain, humans not see clan. Not know we here. Humans stupid. Shadow clan attack at night and kill humans at entrance. Katzok warriors walk in and kill rest.
And here we have a choice. Do it. Katzok, do not fear. Orcs will kill in dark. This is something I find strange. Orcs normally, I know people portray orcs like, oh, they like really honor bound, but orcs are predominantly, or not honor bound, but like fighting. But orcs are cunning, so they like fighting, but they like winning even more. I mean, they love fighting, but they would prefer to win, especially in this situation. Cats are not like this. Cats are like day fighting. Orcs are like goblins. Well, it's like the thing is that in this situation, if we tried to do this in the daytime, it would be like madness. Not even orcs would do it. It would be, well, they might do it actually, but it depends. Like Warhammer Fantasy orcs kind of thing. Like in Warhammer 40k, for example, orcs are cunning, so they probably would attack you at night. In Warhammer Fantasy, it depends who's leading them. But in this, it's like, yeah, Katzok likes fighting, but like it's been shown multiple times that you basically, Katzok is also sneaky, so you want to win, and you want to win in a way that gives you lots of fighting, but at the same time you don't lose everyone trying to get across the bridge, because as I can see from my location, they've got a lot of really nasty units. So we're probably going to have to do the good old-fashioned sneak in the goblin sappers, detonate said goblin sappers, and try and kill off their best units. From what we can see, they had a mage and a bunch of knights. The trebuchet is going to be a pain because it will do loads of damage unless we kill it, and judging from where it's from, it's going to have a really narrow path of entry. I realise this goblin sapper doesn't have any potions, so I try and get him something that we can use. Oh, I should realise this goblin sapper doesn't have any potions, so I try and give him some stuff we can use. I give him a potion of swiftness. I mean, if push comes to shove, I'll just literally detonate my goblin sappers so they don't die, because as long as they pop themselves, they come back, which is useful. So if push comes to shove, I will literally just have them self-detonating out of nowhere and saving myself the trouble. My plan is a similar one to earlier, when we did an infiltration mission with these guys, which is that to sneak in, detonate the sappers, take out their key magical units or healing units, then have my guys close enough that they can just swarm. To be honest, I would prefer them to have, I should have given the sappers the night vision ability, which allows them to basically go, it's not night vision, it's infra view or whatever it is, it's basically the ability to attack and kill people without waking them if they're sleeping, which would be really useful. Unfortunately, these goblin assassins don't have that perk either, which is a bit of a pain. So we're going to have to try and do this the old-fashioned way. Probably my main goal is to try and kill off the High Priest. If we can kill the High Priest, it will be relatively useful. I suppose, actually, we do have that enslavement ability, don't we? Ooh, do I dare use that? If I could capture the High Priest with if we could capture the High Priest with enslavement, we would then have a unit that could heal our people. Oh, that'd be really good, really good. Okay, I might have to do something really risky next game, but that's for next time. We've got a general strategy. I've been Cornish-Knight. If you have liked, please press the like button. If you wish to subscribe, please press the subscription button. You can follow me on Twitter, you can follow me on Steam. If you have liked, please leave a comment in the comment section. I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.